Most beginners focus on the chart, but the chart isn't what starts and makes that stock move. A chart just shows you what has already happened and what is developing. What actually creates the move in a stock, the reason, is a catalyst. And this is where a lot of traders get it wrong. They see a pattern, jump in, and then wondering why that pattern fails to follow through or the stock just goes nowhere. Because without a catalyst, without a reason for the move, the pattern means almost nothing. So in this video, I'm going to show you the catalysts that actually move penny stocks every single day so you know what to look for before you ever click buy. And as you go through this, make sure to use that day trading workbook. It's free. It's linked below. There's a section where you can start tracking catalysts alongside patterns because this is where your edge starts to form. When you combine the two together, you're no longer guessing. So I want to talk about this a little bit before we get started, the concept here. Like a lot of people will see stocks move on no news. And it happens, rare, but a lot of times stocks will just pop up. There's no catalyst, nothing associated with it. People jump into those stocks. And then, as I mentioned, they either go nowhere or a lot of times the bottom falls out. And the bottom falls out because there isn't a reason for the move. Now, when I talk about this, and this is really important, sometimes I'll get pushback and people will say, well, what about this one stock that was a big runner on no news? And my response is always, I do not care about outliers. I'm not looking for something that happens once a month, once a week. I mean, think about what we're doing in this course. The goal is to turn you into a consistently profitable trader. The goal is to get you to the point where you're making an income from trading. Doesn't mean we win every trade or win every day, but the goal is to get that equity curve from the lower left to the upper right. Now it'll zigzag through there, but we're trying to trade setups that repeat frequently, consistently. So focusing on outliers is what gets so many people in trouble. How am I going to make a consistent income in trading? How am I going to grow my account as a new trader if I'm focusing on something that happens once in a while? And the other thing that trips them up is the fact that, are you going to be there when it happens? And this is a small thing that so many overlook. Okay, let's say Thursday, April 9th at 1:02 p.m., there's a no news runner. Well, would I be there at that? Would I know about that? Would I be at my trading session and prepared for that? Odds are no. What we look for in successful trading, and the point of this course, is trade setups that we can prepare for in advance, hours, days in advance, so that when they follow through, we can be ready and we don't have to be lucky that we're at our computer at that exact moment. So starting with the biggest ones is earnings, okay? Earnings reports are key. Now, earnings season is about 6 weeks per earnings season, happens 4 times a year. So it means we're in earnings season about half the year. So a lot of people, when I talk about playing earnings plays, I think new traders think like earnings, like every quarter, just everybody announces earnings on the same day. So they're like, well, where's the edge there? You got to remember, these are spread out over about a 6-week period. And that happens 4 times a year, which is 24 weeks a year, which means we're in earnings season about half of the year. So earnings plays are always the biggest runners, and doesn't matter if it's low price, mid price, even high price stocks. You want to be watching those earnings reports. Now, there's an easy way to do this. You can literally just Google earnings calendar. Yahoo has one, Google has one, Watch has one. And you're just going to filter down and put on your calendar the stocks with upcoming earnings that have made big plays in the past. And then we're going to trade the reaction and the pattern off of that earnings report. Doesn't mean we just blindly buy a stock with earnings, this afternoon or this morning or tomorrow morning. We wait for the earnings report and then we trade the pattern associated with it. Next is FDA news. This is huge, okay? A lot of the stocks we day trade are biotechs. These are low-priced, speculative companies making little money or no money, but understand that biotechs are what we call a home run style business. So, and it's just the nature of it. They spend years and years, sometimes decades, developing a drug. Through that period, they'll lose money, but then when they get it right and the FDA announcement comes out, the stock goes parabolic. So we're always watching for FDA announcements, especially in these types of plays. Contract wins. You'll see most of these stocks that we trade are very small market cap stocks. The market cap is the entire value of the company. So sometimes we'll see 2 million market cap stocks, like the literal value of that entire company. You could write a check for $2 million and buy that company. You'll see them get $20 million contracts. Think about what that does to the value of the company, which is represented by the value of the stock. The entire company's worth $2 million, and this morning they got $20 million in a contract win. So it's huge. We always focus on those. And then the other big one is press releases of new products and new technologies. We're in the middle of the AI boom right now. So a company comes out with a new AI model or a new AI tool or a new AI chip. We're always keying off of hot sectors. Now, depending on when you watch this, the sectors will be different, but there's always something hot. I mean, right now, it's a lot of defense plays, it's a lot of oil and gas, and still, AI is still pretty hot. I mean, AI is probably going to be a 10-year bull run, but in the past, it's been electric vehicles, it's been solar stocks, it's been, going back even further, marijuana stocks, crypto-related stocks. And if you follow this course, you'll know how to recognize those hot sectors. Now you got to take notes and track the market data, but we're always looking for stocks in the hot sector that have contract or new product announcements. Next that we love, sympathy plays. So when I say sympathy plays, I'm going to use AI as another example because whether you watch this video the day it's released or 6 months from now, this is still going to be valid. I mean, this is a multi-year greatest technology in the history of the world, okay? So what we'd like to see is, say, a huge company like NVIDIA that we would never day trade because it doesn't have enough volatility. You'll see these small companies announce partnerships, deals, products with the big names. So you see this puny $1, small market cap stock that is now riding the sector momentum with that big named partner. You'll see this with, Apple or all these big names, and it really drives the entire small cap sector when that happens. So when you see this, $1, $2 stock with NVIDIA in the headline, that's a catalyst you want to pay attention to. Next is sector rotation and what's hot this week. Every week, what I love about trading is there's always a theme. There's always something where the money is flowing. This week, it's been a lot of biotechs. I mean, biotechs pretty much stay hot all the time, but that's been the theme of this week. Last week, for reference, it was all oil and gas stocks around the situation in the Middle East and the Strait of Hormuz. So a lot of that is headline driven, and there's always a hot sector or a theme. Now, that changes day by day, week by week, but if you're studying all of the materials in this course, you're taking your notes, you're running your scans, you'll always be ahead of the game. People will frequently ask me, what's the theme, what's the sector? And I'm always like, well, obviously you haven't looked at the market for a few days, because if you would have been watching the market for a few days, you would know. Next, insider buying. This is huge, okay? When you have big investments, whether by executives or big employees of the company that are reinvesting in the company, doesn't guarantee anything, like always with trading. But if you think if the CEO is investing millions of dollars of his own money, his own money back into the company, well, probably tells you that he's pretty bullish that company. He's excited about the prospects. And if he's willing to put his own money into it, they probably got something pretty good coming. Now, one thing I always want you guys to look out for is dilution risk. This is why we almost only exclusively day trade these stocks. Most dilutions, now they do happen during the day, most of them happen after the market close or before the market open. So with these types of stocks, the ones that move, 20, 30, 50, 100, 200. We had a 500% runner yesterday. Those types of stocks, we just collect our meat of the move and we don't hold overnight because we know if they're money-losing companies, odds are at some point they're going to sell stock at a discount and that's going to tank the value of the price. They do that to raise money so they can continue to operate. Now, a lot of people think this sounds shady or it sounds bad. It's just the way the stock market works. These companies go public because they have trouble raising cash from conventional sources. Banks don't want to invest in them. Hedge funds don't want to invest in them. So they go to the public markets to raise cash. It is why the stock market exists, so that you can take a company and get liquidity, get access to cash. Now, where people get in trouble is they just don't realize this is part of how the stock market works. They hold these stocks. They'll buy a stock at $1. It goes to $2. You're up 100%. They start thinking 10. So they hold that stock overnight where they could have just sold it, collected 100% profit, but they start thinking 10. Then the next day, the dilution comes, all their gains are gone, and they probably turn that trade into a loser. We don't approach it that way. We stay agile, we know what these companies are, and we just take our meat of the move. When we look into check catalysts, use all of your news sources. Now, this is a area where I will be biased. StocksToTrade, the channel you're on, we have a trading platform with a real-time news feed. We also have something called breaking news. Breaking news is an absolute game changer because it's two 25-year Wall Street hedge fund guys who I enlisted to come over to StocksToTrade to scan all the news, filter it down, and only give you the news that really matters. A lot of you know, you go to a news feed, there's hundreds of articles, thousands of articles a day. How do you weed those down? You can learn how to do that. Use your worksheet, track your data. You can learn how to do it manually, and I would recommend that. But breaking news built into StocksToTrade platform does that for you. So catalysts plus patterns is how you actually build an edge. We're adding all of these up as we move through this course, and we're looking for what I call box checkers. So if you don't have a system to apply it, it doesn't matter. If you don't know how to interpret the news and overlay that on a chart, you're going to be flying blind. We combine these together. I call it techno-fundamental analysis. We use the technicals and the fundamentals and combine them into our due diligence to know which trade we're going to make. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to build your daily watch list step by step, and this is where preparation turns into execution. It's one of the big steps that most beginners skip. So don't be one of those people. I'll see you in video 12.